Proposition 362. Our species likely will never become interstellar travelers because we will likely screw ourselves out of our own future and likely will never even get to colonize many of the different objects inside our own host star system. If we do not put an end to world violence and begin to work together as a single species and begin making global decisions that are in the best interest of the globe, we face mass suffering and mass struggle. We are at a crucial juncture in the evolution of our species, and only by uniting in purpose, in voice, and in action might we ever hope to avoid the pending collapse of society that looms heavier every day. Proposition 363. What is the meaning of life? First and foremost, life is not required to have a purpose. Existence might just be all there is, and complete and random chaos could govern the interactions of all mass and all energy for an eternal period of time. But if we were to attempt to assign such an importance or value to existence itself, what other conclusion could be drawn other than to do all in one's power to see their species prosper and flourish, while also attempting to see the best possible existence for all generations to come, for as many species we come in contact with as possible? Improving the chance for every life form to flourish well into the future is the only meaning I can see that makes sense. Proposition 364. Suppose you were an eternal amount of infinite energy that takes on many forms and is constantly creating all there is through tiny vibrations of yourself. While you realize that parts of you must power suns and collisions and become dirt and slime, you also strive to see as much of yourself get a chance to see, smell, taste, feel, hear, and fornicate as possible for as long a span of time as possible. All life forms experience life, good, bad, or other. While energy powering suns or being a magnetic field for a planet or being the planet itself is a lot less exciting. Life evolves everywhere it can grab a foothold and attempts to flourish everywhere it can. Proposition 365. Obviously, the first chicken egg came before the first chicken. The definition of what an egg is would be based on the contents, not what produced it. The first chicken came from an egg laid by the insemination from two species that themselves were not quite chickens. The egg that produced the first chicken was not laid by a chicken. So the egg the first chicken was born in came first. A handful of similar mutations during a localized period of time across a localized area of space likely produced other first chickens from non-chickens. And something about those changes offered the species an ability for a new breed of fowl to flourish above other similar lineages. The survival of the fittest is governed by both random mutations and adaptive mutations. Proposition 366. Earlier, I mentioned that if you traveled in a straight line in any direction for eternity, you would eventually intersect your own DNA. We also discussed that grasping true infinity points to infinite regression as being likely. That means if there are an infinite number of scale factors, and each time you zoom out far enough, we see another periodic table repeat, then if you zoom out for eternity, we are eventually inside a cell that has your DNA. As hard as that is to grasp, if you accept eternal time and infinite space, then it becomes an almost statistical certainty. That is the natural state of nature.